Hey Gemini, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your love and separation read for the month of January. I wanted to say thank you for the 2,258 views for last month. I sure appreciate y'all. So Cancer full moon was a time for us to reflect and release and leave everything that we didn't want to carry into the new year and the old year, right? So now we are clean slated. So let's see what's going on in love for you, Gemini. Butterfly garden. This is getting in alignment with what it is that you really want. Getting in alignment with what it is you really want, where you really want to go, allowing yourself to be on the more dreamy side of life. Of course, this is also on a spiritual level. You may have some ancestors contacting you. There may be some ancestor work that you need to do. There may be a thought process involved with a loved one from the other side coming to contact you in some fashion. Something spiritual, though, is awakening and happening for you. Also, maybe a profession of spiritual path. Maybe edification of what you're experiencing may help someone else. So, getting in alignment with that. Beautiful. All right, so let me get some cards on it and let's see where we're headed. Celebration, you've come out of a funk, so maybe it's a cocoon thing. You've come out of the cocoon and you're ready to soar. Victory is yours moving forward, it says. That's good. Okay. Releasing something that you've been holding on to and not communicating about, and now you're ready to move forward. Although I think sometimes, Gemini, you do have to catch yourself because I think you may gravitate back a little bit here and there. So let's see what's going on with your partner. Of course, we've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so yeah, this is you, Gemini, coming out of, and that's just these. It's funny, these cards popped up while I was shuffling. You were mental state wasn't so good at some point, right? You came out of this stage and now you're ready to re-engage, okay? Maybe you had someone who ghosted you. I've got Virgo on the board. Somebody blocked you out. Maybe you're dealing with Scorpio also. Scorpio blocked you out, perhaps, or there was some sort of a transformation. I think somebody had a regret. And they decided that maybe that wasn't the smartest move that they made. Now they're lamenting and crying over spilled milk, basically. They're crying over the loss of something. They've realized, I think, that maybe, Gemini, you were the only one who had their back. So let's see what's going on for the blocks for you. They're wanting that back. You put the brakes on something to make a decision to move forward. It looks like the block for you was that you didn't really want to be single. You wanted to be with this person, and you were making a decision to move toward that person, but you put the brakes on it, and you did not proceed. So let's see what the story is here. Whoa, okay. Okay, yeah, you halted planning for the future. Maybe there were some plans here for the two of you, and there was some conflict that intervened, and you put the brakes on. Solid committed relationship. Yeah, you put the brakes on. Some of you stopped a wedding from happening. Okay. Some of you stopped moving in with somebody from happening. Others of you halted the relationship. So let's see what the blocks are for your partner. Your partner's carrying some burdens with communication. Looks like they may reveal something to you. Or maybe they told you a half-truth and you figured the rest out, right? Yeah, secrets. Secrets are coming out, or they did come out, which resulted in you feeling betrayed by this person. Yeah, that halted the forward movement. I think that they came out to you about something. They weren't happy, perhaps. They didn't want to move forward. For some of you, it was just an ending. Point of the matter is, I think they've overcome this block here. They're no longer juggling whoever or whatever this other situation was. They're not moving forward with anything either. So let's take a look at what the blocks between the two of you are. Commitment is an issue. Conversation is an issue. Yeah, truth. New opportunities, confusion. There were 3 people. For some of you, there were 3 people involved in this situation. And only this person was privy to the third person. Felt like a betrayal. That was the block. Judgment was cast on this situation. And the anxiety and the loss of the lover. Loss of the idea of having a future together. That was what happened here. Your partner, though, was lamenting over this situation, asking for, realizing that they made a huge mistake. So let's see how they're feeling about you. So whether or not that does anything for you or means anything for you, I think you stick to your original plan of cocooning out of something and moving forward with your truth. And your own way of being. Maybe this threw some of you, if you're a divine counterpart, into a dark night of the soul. Dark night of the soul being sloughing off things and learning about our patterns and dealing with our toxicity and understanding that it's within, not without. This person didn't validate you. They didn't do anything for you. You did it for yourself. So that's what this is about, Gemini. So it may be this person wanting to come back on your path as a test, maybe. Realizing that they made a mistake. But sometimes, people have to have those mistakes in order to progress, in order for you to progress. Doesn't mean we go back and fix it always. Those lessons are valuable. So I think, sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. This is about alignment with yourself and your progression. So let's see how they feel about you. They want to come back and offer you this cup again, right? They're working up the courage to offer you this cup. And what they're saying, Gemini, some of you are definitely dealing with water signs, and I have Leo and Capricorn now. But what they're saying here is, I've changed, Gemini. I'm not the same person I was. It took me losing you to find out what was truly important to me. I say it in a sarcastic way because I just think that this person's like, they had to learn their lesson. Too bad, so sad, you made your bed, right? But of course, those feelings are mine, not yours. So you have to gauge it by how you feel and where you're at on your path, right? But person's coming back. They want to come back to you, working up the courage and the strength to say, hey, I'm a different person now. I was wrong. Here's my cup. All right? And you have your head turned this way, right? So this is what's going to happen, and you're looking at something else. So just keep that in mind. And what happens when the next thing comes along that gets them confused again? You know? So basically they are trying to find their stability emotionally, right? Wanting to have a conversation with you about moving forward. And also, by the way, for some of you, they just want to tell you it was just sex. It didn't mean anything. She didn't mean anything to me. He didn't mean anything to me. It was just sex. You know, so what, anyway, wanting to take a new leap of faith with you. So I guess I'm getting some conflicting messages here because the message here is, look, don't let somebody get you off your track, off your path. If you love this person, care about them, you think they're worth it to give it another try, you think that's part of your journey, then do so. But the warning red flag signs are going off in me saying, you know, stay the course. So let's see what their intention is. Okay, they intend to come forward with you and explain to you that you're the true soulmate. You're beautiful, wonderful, wise. They didn't tell you because they didn't want to blow anything up. They didn't want to hurt you. This may be a truth you found out after the fact. They had a fling or something like that. Their intention is to come tell you the truth in this situation. Why it happened. I mean, you already know the truth. You already know the truth, but they want to talk about it some more. So let's see what it is maybe that they want to say to you. Maybe we'll get a better understanding. I fantasize about getting a second chance with you, 100%. They do. I still feel connected to you, but I've waited too long to reach out. Is it too late for us? I settled for second best because I don't deserve you. Well, yeah. I've worried that you've moved on. This is all in my head. Is it? Do you still think about me? So they're wanting your forgiveness, basically, Gemini, and it's up to you whether or not, you know, do you want to give it to them or not? But you can forgive somebody, okay? But their behavior and their mistake is not erased just because you forgive them, right? You're forgiving them for you. You're not forgiving the behavior. You're not forgiving the chance that they'll probably do it again. You're not erasing it from the Akashic records or whatever it is, okay? That's a joke. You can forgive them, but not allow them to do the same thing to you again, not allow them the opportunity. So let's see how they feel about you in the bedroom. Sometimes people seek forgiveness to relieve their own conscience, okay, to erase something for themselves, okay? Doesn't mean you don't forgive them for yourself, but be very observant and very intuitive about the motive in asking for forgiveness from this person. I mean, in this person asking forgiveness from you. Yeah, so at this point, because you've grown a little bit, right? You've had a spiritual awakening and a blossoming, right? This person, I think you're going to find, Gemini, that you've sort of outgrown this situation. It looks like this person may want this now at this point more than you do. And I think that may be something that you have to look at. They want to remind you of the hot and spicy times that you had together, the spontaneity and lovemaking. They want to recapture that moment, but this is from a place of ego. Remember, this is not from a place of, you know what? I loved you, you loved me, you showed me kindness, whatever, and I treated you so horribly. This is from a place of ego. They have been left with their dick in the dirt. And now they're trying to recompensate or compensate for that by gravitating toward you for an ego boost, okay? Now, I know that sounds negative, but look, I'm not the happy time tarot card reader. My job is to seek out the blocks and the bullshit in the situation. That's what they asked me to do. But be careful of the person who wants to boost their ego at your expense, okay? This is about control. There were many lovers here that you didn't know about, I think, and they want to get back in the game. Okay, so anyway, I think just be very careful, okay? So let's see what their next move is. They're ready to take off in this situation, and you know, they're ready to say, well, you know, I was complacent in this love relationship before, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I've learned my lesson. Discern this situation. They're discerning, but understand there's a lot of low-level emotions and low-level behavior just under the surface, okay? That's what you need to pay attention to. They're trying to release their frustration and regain their compassion by cleaving themselves to you again, getting in good with you again. You felt like family to them. They're trying to resist the temptation right now of this person may have a sexual thing. You know, there may be some validation with sexuality, ego stuff going on with this person. And they're going to come to you very humble and very, very sad and sincere and humbled by their actions. They've learned something, okay? So just remember, sometimes a wolf in sheep's clothing, okay? That's what I just keep getting here, wolf in sheep's clothing. So just, you know, protect yourself, right? So let's see what a final outcome can be, and then we'll move on to some love cards. And hopefully they're coming in and they're totally sincere, you know, but they've got to let go of some ways they've got about them. You are their queen of all queens. They've always held on to you in the relationship that they've had with you. Although, you know, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, be prepared for them not to be codependent. I mean, excuse me, I got my stuff mixed up there. For them not to, when it gets down to the nut cutting, right? Be very careful about this person wanting to back out on a commitment again, okay? They want to get you to a certain point. These cards right here tell me they're coming in to tell you all the things you want to hear. Oh, I love you. I can't live without you. I've always held on to you. I really screwed up, right? You're my ultimate. But down here, you've got somebody who doesn't want to commit and somebody who wants to get you hooked back on them, because you being hooked on them feeds their ego. And that gets them back on top again. That gets them back in the game, right? Be very careful, because this person really, it gets down to walking up the aisle again, they're going to back out on you. They just want to get you back on the hook. Okay, so I'm just saying, hate me, give me a bunch of not likes, whatever, I don't care. But that's what this person is wanting. Do you really want to get back in that situation again now that you're in this beautiful place here? Look at the difference between these cards. See, this is low-level vibration. You're vibrating high, right? Saying. Think about where you came from, and where you're at now. Consequently, the Lovers is in the reverse on this part of the deck here, Gemini, in the reverse. Okay? Like attracts like. Sometimes it doesn't. Does that mean that you need to change something about yourself because you keep attracting this person? No, it doesn't. In this respect, what this means is that you are fixing to level up. You're fixing to close out karma. So your test and your lesson is, do I go back to this person who just wants me to keep feeding their ego at my own expense? Or do I realize that's what's happening here? And do I realize that I'm in such a good place now because I've already completed this lesson that I don't need to go back to learning this lesson? And that's a 2. Rest and relaxation is essential. 6. Okay, 6 is the stop sign on the spiritual highway. You know, for some of us that says, hey, do you really want to go down this road again? Raise your vibration. The higher your vibration is raised, the lesser you will be interested in that situation. Love endures. Well, love for self endures. Divinely guided love endures. And I love you. But don't be fooled by the false twin, because what you've got here is something leading up to twin flame energy. It may appear to be twin flame energy. In reverse, false twin. I'm just saying this person wants to get you hooked back on them again because that's what they want. That's what they need. Not what does Gemini need? What does Gemini want? Am I sincerely sorry that I hurt Gemini and I betrayed Gemini in that fashion? So, hey, sorry. But if you want to go to a tarot reader who's going to talk about unicorns and whatever's, go over there, okay? This is what I'm saying to you, though. You're fixing to get caught in a trap. Don't. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Okay, the key to prayer is to forget what my attachment is to this situation, right? So, for example, release the expectation and look at the situation as it is today. Not what it used to be, not what it can be in the future, but what is it today? What do I have today for this person? Why do I think I need something in this situation? And then once you put that in perspective, I think that you'll find that you feel very differently about it. So, Gemini, that's what I have for you, and I'll see you guys later.